guys. I mean, shout out to Ryan though. Like I said, man, it takes a lot to even take a fight. Take a fight like that to begin with. Tank is a dangerous dude. Not only is he dangerous, but he's actually a really good fighter. I think he's not given enough credit for his ring IQ. Because people focus so much on his power. But again, it was basically how what I expected. But it was just ironic how like when you look I think I had tweeted it out. When you look at it, Ryan Garcia got dropped pretty much a similar fashion in the second round against Luke Campbell when he fell with his arm, arm behind him or whatever in that instance. And then but then he came back in the seventh and that left hand that left hook to the body, he stopped Luke Campbell with, he got stopped with in the same round. So it was just kind of ironic how it played out, you know what I mean? But again, I think like I said, most of the majority of the build I was going back and forth, but then I started seeing how everything played out in terms of I think he was defeated mentally first because of all the stipulations within the fight contract. So in terms of everybody's always bringing up the rehydration clause, the weight, the yada yada yada. So I think like when a fighter gets to that point, they're beaten mentally, and that basically swayed my pick in terms of Tank's favor because Tank every time they had a press conference now Tank used that and he used it against him to mess with him mentally and psychologically. So I felt that Ryan was he placed himself in an uphill battle, but I actually felt for him in the end when like after the whole press conference came and there was nobody there for him. Now I felt that was kind of cold. You know what I mean? I don't care how people may put it, or I know Oscar De La Hoya came out with a whole story, but most of us look at it like, still, man, come on, like, I mean, shout out to Eric Gomez. Eric Gomez from Golden Boy was there. He was there by his side, but like, is to me the main two that were vocal should have been there, which is Bernard Hopkins and Oscar De La Hoya. Like they've been the main vocal candidates behind Ryan through the whole buildup, and it was like I felt like when he needed it most, everybody just kind of packed up and belly, even including his trainer.
100%. I mean, that was one thing is that, Bernard had his excuse. Supposedly, he got accused for that testosterone cream.
All right, yeah.
So that was his excuse. Oscar De La Hoya's excuse was that, he was getting death threats. But Joe Guzman, it's like, you're not even speaking upon this,
Like, come on, man. That like death threats, man. Real talk. I'm gonna be honest with you. I never even mentioned this to nobody until today, but like, my partner, Jerry, aka JC. You look about Wild Card King on social media, but like, I never forget when we was going through the whole build up with when I was getting ready to fight Shakur. I was getting, what I'm saying, I was getting stuff thrown at me from all directions. I'm talking about like, the Shakur team, the Jay Prince side, all that. You know what I mean? Like we was getting hammered from all angles, but like it never got to a point where like, it was a thing where my team, or whatever, or somebody from my team couldn't show up to somewhere because, supposedly of threats or whatever. But like I said, I've been, what I'm saying, I don't heard it from the, what I'm saying, from the baddest of the baddest out there, and it never spilled out of boxing, what I would say, what I'm saying. But we know these dudes is real dudes, but at the same time, it never got to where like, come on, man, like you getting death threat. I can see like you got like your guy won and then all the threats was coming because all the hate, you know what I mean? When your fighter went, but like I'm pretty sure like after Tank got the victory, everything, at least from Tank's side, you would think it just die down, in terms of like animosity. Like, our guy won, whatever, we celebrate, we happy out here. We just trying to big up our guys. So all that talk about, you getting death threats, like, come on, man. Like Oscar, you've been in the game long, you've been in the game, 40 plus years. Like, come on, bro. Like you seen it all. Like I felt like for me, I felt like it was just another thing where remember when Canelo lost to Floyd, Oscar wasn't there at the fight at all, period. And that caused the rift when Canelo was like, what, bump this, I need to get up out of here. So I feel like, I don't know, Oscar De La Hoya, he just makes the bad decisions at the wrong time.
Wow. I'm glad that you mentioned that because nobody's really put that into light. When it comes down to the biggest fights that Golden Boy puts on, he's nowhere to be found in the post-press conference.
And you got to look at this, man. Like that effect trickles down because you got guys that are looking like, listen, let's be honest, you got guys on our roster that probably not even popular or getting the attention of Ryan Garcia. But when they see that now, it's like, damn, if he did that to Ryan, Ryan's supposed to be the next Golden Boy. How would he do me or my fighter in that position when saying things don't go their way. So like that, and that's what I got. And like I said again, I got a lot of love for Bernard Hopkins and Oscar in terms of like what they did for the sport of boxing. You can't take that away from them. Like they're Hall of Famers and legends in their own rights. But like I said, character. I always say character goes a lot further, and that was just a bad look.
Right. Now, just the actual fight itself. I've interviewed a few coaches. They kind of saying that Ryan has a hard time listening, and also during a training camp situation. I mean, do you think Eddie Reynoso was a better fit or Joe Guzman, was a better fit for this fight?
I think both trainers are really good trainers in their own right, but again, you can't make anyone do what they don't want to do at the end of the day. Like you can. Like you can basically you can draw with a horse to water, but you can't make them drink type narrative. Meaning that we've all heard the rumors. Ryan doesn't want to do this, or Ryan wasn't showing up. So again, you can't really put so much on the trainer if the trainer don't got much to work with. You know what I mean? Like from what I heard recently after the whole thing, because some reason after a fight everything comes out, like what was going on or what went wrong. Yeah, you know what I mean? Like everything comes out. So I was hearing things like, Ryan was only going to the gym with Joe for like sparring days. But like, fighters and coaches tell you, sparring is one thing, but like you need to go back to the drawing board after those sparring sessions to fix and correct those mistakes. But if you're not there in the gym with your team, it's hard for y'all to build up a game plan, and it's hard for everybody to be on the same page when fight night comes. I mean, people are even saying the reason why Joe was so quiet during the press conference because, like, he seen the writings on the wall. You know what I mean? So he was just sitting back like, yo, we're gonna just ride it out till the wheels fall off, and we're gonna see what happens. But you can tell, like, man, it's crazy. It's crazy to say, like, it's funny. And basically, Tank had a fallout with Mayweather, Leonard Ellaby, all of them, numerous occasions, but when it came down to it, they was there with their man. You know what I mean? They was there. Say what you want, but they were there. Coach Calvin, shout out to my man, Coach Calvin. He's always gonna ride with Tank to the wheels fall off it. So, but it's like, it's just hard. It's just hard. Like you really can't point you can't point the finger at just one person when it comes to the whole Ryan Garcia situation. A lot of factors played into how that played out at the end of the night.
Right. So, I mean, at the end of the day, where do you see Ryan laying at the 140 division due to the fact that that's where he wants to campaign from now on?
That's tough. That's tougher. I'm telling you, man, it's tougher there. Like I was just having this conversation with some people yesterday. Well, the past few days since the fight, like, I want to see him succeed. Don't get me wrong. I want to see Ryan because, like I said, man, like I don't believe in kicking a man while he's down. So like I wasn't with the whole. People saying that he quit this and that and third, yada yada. Like, yeah, you can see it in his face. Like that was that body shot really. Sometimes like sometimes body shots take a while for you to really it kicks in. And I think I'll say this before I go to that 140 question. But like I say this like on the whole, people also saying that he got up at the 10 count. I think this is my belief. I believe that body shot really hurt him. But I believe when he was taking that count in his mind mentally, he just had it to like, I'm out of questions. I'm out of ideas. I don't know what to do at this point. And I just think like, not only the body shot hurt, but he was defeated mentally. Like he was like already like she checked out. Like if I get up, because basically it's like some people said the same thing. Like it's like if I get up, it's only gonna get worse. And I can sustain some real serious punishment. You know what I mean? I still got 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 to go. You know what I'm saying? So like, and Tank is starting to pick up the gas, and I'm starting to lose steam here. So I think it was like Ryan just kind of like, I wouldn't say he quit, but he was just defeated. Simple as that, just defeated. You know what I mean? Just defeated. He was hurt. And it was like, yo, if I get up from this knee, it's like, okay, what's he's coming, he's going to come, and he's going to, and due to everything going on to the build up, Tank was looking for blood, so I felt like.